Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Listen in 3D. This is episode number 69. I'm your boy Justin, aka Too Tall for You Fool, and I'm here with a new co-host, Gabriel, aka Ruthless 267. And together we're both Team 3D, the host of Listen in 3D, where we discuss, dissect, and debate the music and the albums in the world of hip hop and other genres. Like what you're seeing, like this video, share it around. Leave us a comment, and most importantly, subscribe. If you want to help us out one step further, click on that notification bell. That way, you know when all our videos and shorts go live. We have a lot of shorts right now, so definitely watch a short or two so we show up in your YouTube algorithm, and that would really help us out a lot. So, first things first, let me address the white elephant in the room. Uh, Netta, the previous co-host, she will no longer be on the show going forward. I would like to thank her for all her contributions she made to Listen in 3D. Her work does not go unnoticed. Netta, if you're out there watching, I'm a firm believer of never say never. If you ever do want to come back, holla at your boy. You know where to find me. All right, so moving on to the new co-host, Gabriel 26 Ruthless 267 on Instagram. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Gabriel. What do you want the people? What would you like them to know, and all that sort of thing?
Um, uh, Grew up listening to hip hop music, so when you offered this opportunity to come on and talk about some of these albums, yeah, I was stoked. I was like, let's do it. And then watching you do it with your other hosts, I was like, okay, let's run it. So I appreciate the offer, and
Mm-hmm.
big hip hop head. Been been in this since like the late '80s, bopping to the music. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for having me.
All right, for sure, for sure. So Gabriel, Ruthless267 is his handle on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description and also on the main YouTube page as well when it gets updated. And before I forget, guys, I know it's been a minute since we recorded, but hopefully everyone had a great, happy holidays and a happy New Year to everyone out there. So we're gonna move this show forward. Kick it going with this fabulous album that we're doing today. That Gabriel had the liberty of choosing. So, um,
And mind you, it was hard because a lot of the ones that I had opened up and talked about, you're like sending me links. We did that one already. We did that one already. And so, like, I had to really think hard about which ones when you were offering me what to do. So, fortunately for this one that we're about to do, you're like, oh no, we ain't done that one yet. So I was like, cool.
All right. And then you're gonna go into the details of this album. Which one are we discussing today?
We are going to be doing Mase. I don't know if we can see it because of the stupid background, but it's
Hmm.
Harlem World. Here, let me take that off.
All right, for sure.
I thought it was gonna be benefit. I just got a messy room, but like Mase, Harlem World.
Hmm.
That's the album right there.
All right, for sure. Um, you want to get into the facts of the album, everything like that?
Yeah, Mase. The album was released October 28th, 1997. Obviously through Bad Boy Records with distribution through Arista.
Hmm.
It was nominated at the 41st Annual Grammy Awards for Best Rap Album, and to this day, it's sold over 5 million copies. When it debuted, it was like hot. It was like the
Hmm.
most one of the most anticipated albums at that time, and it did land number one on the Billboard 200, November 15th, 1997. Sold like over 270,000 copies that week, and he still claimed the number one spot the second week over Jay Z when he debuted with
Hmm.
Lifetime Sean Carter Volume One, and you can tell that's where um, I think like the little beef between the two was
Hmm.
already peaking, was already
Yeah.
happening, but
Yeah.
that made it more sour for Jay Z, especially on that what's that joint he has on there? International Players or something like that. Like he's
Oh,
just
yeah, that song.
yeah, he's poking at Mace the whole time. Imaginary players, imaginary players. That's it.
Imaginary
The whole
player.
song is about Mace.
Okay, for sure, for sure. And then pretty much also here his debut studio album, certified 4 times platinum. It peaked at number one on the top R&B hip hop album charts and number one on the Billboard 200. Singles included "Feel So Good," "What You Want," "24 Hours to Live," and "Looking at Me." Music videos were the same as the singles, and a lot of guest appearances on this one.
Yeah.
Uh, P Diddy, Diddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him, Puff Daddy. I guess on here was Puff Daddy. Yeah,
He's always gonna be Puff Daddy to me.
yeah,
Puffy.
Puffy, Puff Daddy. Yeah, just 90 folks. Yeah. DMX. This was his first album that people would heard him on. Lil Kim, Billy Lawrence, 8 Ball, and MJG. Excuse me.
MJG.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes, Total, Little C's, Jay Z, The Locks, Black Rob, Monifa, and 112. A lot of features on there. So a little bit about Mase. Pretty much, he's from let's see, Harlem, New York, pretty much, and he was signed to Puff Daddy's Bad Boy Records. He had appeared on Life After Death and Puff Daddy and the Family album. So he had been around for a minute, not late 96, 97. So um, with
If I may add,
mm,
he was in a super group prior to the signing,
uh,
Children of
um,
the Corn.
Children of the Corn, that's right, with his buddy Cameron, right?
Cameron,
Yeah,
Cameron,
mm,
Big L,
yeah,
McGriff. They they ended up blowing up on their own careers
yeah.
after a while, but they were in the grind for quite
Yeah,
some
they
time.
were grinding, and then yeah, actually, we did Cameron a while back.
Okay.
I forget what episode, but I could actually look it up a little bit later if he comes back up. But yeah, Cameron, yeah, big, yeah, diplomats. That's an album I would like to do in the future, but let's focus on this one right now. But yeah, he came up with them, and then for the most part, the first time I can recall hearing Mase was on Puff Daddy's "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down,"
Okay.
which sampled, The Message, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Fives, and that famous beat. Yeah, that was the first time I had heard Mase, and if I'm being perfectly honest, he sounds a lot like Puff Daddy. Like,
Oh yeah. Very.
to this day, it's still hard for me to differentiate the two apart at times, but so they definitely do have like the same kind of voice. Yeah, so he was in Children of the Corn, and then eventually he would go on to uh, you know go to Bad Boy. So Harlem World was big for him from 97 to 98, and then uh,
Just to add real
mm,
quick too, his story's pretty cool. He's
mm,
actually back in Atlanta. They used to have the Hip Hop Summit all the time.
yeah,
A lot of artists back in the '90s would try to go there to, you know, get deals, meet CEOs, all the independent labels like
mm,
Ruthless Records, Death Row, So Def,
yeah,
Bad Boy, and he was actually looking to sign with JD.
yeah, okay,
He wanted to be on So Def,
mm,
and then when Puff got a hold of hearing his work,
mm,
he bought him out. He's like, man, he offered him an advance check that was like, I'm gonna roll over here. So
yeah,
that's what happened
pretty
there.
pretty pretty much hard to say no.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, so he had a successful Harlem World 97, 98, 99 double up. He did that album, and then he retired. He went into preaching for a little while, and then 2004, he came into music. With the hit single "Welcome Back,"
Back.
which
Yeah.
sampled the theme song from the sitcom "Welcome Back, Cotter." For those of you that remember that show, pretty catchy song. It's
Yup.
actually one of my favorite Mace songs, if I'm being perfectly honest.
It's tight.
Yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, so he had a pretty much a second comeback in 2009, and now in 2010 to present, now we even pretty much. I mean, I just see him every now and then, with the whole Puffy stuff. It seems like it was kind of messy. Was he ever fully paid for the work he did on Bad Boy? I gotta ask. Maybe you
He
know this.
just, yeah, he just recently got his publishing back to him now. So like, yeah,
Okay.
he was one of the many artists other than the Locks who got their publishing back years ago because it got
Yeah.
nasty between him and Puff.
Yeah, yeah, I got.
But the
I know. Yeah,
yeah,
it got ugly pretty quick with them.
the rest never did, and he kept fighting
Mm.
for it, and then he just recently got it like not too long ago. But that was because it's the on the contracts these guys had like 20 to 30 years when they were able to actually get
Yeah, it's
the publishing to their own work
yeah, it's yeah, those contracts that they sign
or
sometimes.
masters.
Yeah, yeah, masters. Yeah, those contracts that they sign. Especially like when it comes to masters and everything. It's yeah. I mean, sometimes I think some of these artists weren't reading like the fine print when it came down to it.
Oh man, none of them. All those guys
Yeah, I mean, they were just
were like 18, 19-year-old kids coming out of poverty, and they're like,
yeah, it's
"Hey,
just
here's a
yeah,
check for seventy five
yeah.
thousand."
It's just like all right, yep, just sign. Yeah,
I
yeah,
I get to move my mom out the projects.
yeah. I mean, can't be mad at them for it. So.
Yeah, no.
All right, so album memories. Do you have any memories of this album? Like, where were you? Did you get it the day it dropped?
Oh, dude. The first time I heard this cat, he was on the 112 Only You remix with Biggie
Okay.
Smalls.
Mm.
And that joint it was a slapper. It hit. And
Yeah, I remember that song. That
and I
was.
and I was looking forward to like, who is this cat, bro? Like I wanted to hear more of him. And then yeah, he just started making waves like with Puffy
Mm.
and being on all the other Bad Boy projects. He was guest appearances like on Brandy,
Yeah,
Brian McKnight, like
yeah,
the
he was
guy.
everywhere for a
Oh
minute.
oh my gosh, dude. He was like almost like he was such a player. Like I wanted to be like him when I was like in high school. Like, I remember wearing my hats really low
Mm.
and covering my eyebrows just like him. Um, Getting the stud earrings and everything. Like just Mase was that cat, bro. Like a lot of us wanted to be like Mase.
Yeah, yeah, he had some good style. So that's
Yeah,
very he was very cool, especially flashy, like in some of these videos
big
that
time.
we'll talk about in a sec. Just me, like I said, the first time I can remember hearing him was the Puff Daddy song "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down." Maybe it was the 112 remix. I know the first video I saw with him was the "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down" video with him and Puff, but yeah, just a good cat. Just he had good flow, and just I was just like doing research on this album. I was surprised it went quadruple platinum. But then again, it doesn't surprise me thinking back on it now because that's like when like the whole shift between the East West. Let's just say Bad Boy dominated 1997, respectively.
Oh, huge,
Yeah,
dude.
it was a huge year for him. So
The G Funk sound was already dying out,
yeah,
and
G Funk was dying out. A lot of the rappers, from the West Coast, like Warren G, like the G Funk sound was dying out. I know his second album didn't do as well, and then Coolio's third album that came out that year that didn't do as well. I think a lot of that audience that Coolio previously had gone Puffy, so they were hearing like more, what Bad Boy had to offer and all that stuff. So at least that commercial audience,
yeah, I think
makes
like
sense.
no, it does because at that time,
Mm,
even those West Coast acts, they
yeah,
weren't going as multi-platinum. They're just getting platinum, which is still impressive.
yeah,
Hip hop was pretty still diverse back in the mid to late '90s.
yeah. It
With
was very diverse.
yeah, and then but the East Coast with their sample sounds, uh, they Jay-Z, DMX,
Yeah,
Mase, Puff.
97, 98. They ran with
Oh my
it.
goodness, bro,
Yeah,
that
they
whole
ran with
era.
it. They ran.
Yeah, so they were getting like mad
But
radio play out here on
yeah,
Power 106.
yeah,
So
yeah. So yeah, definitely. And then I think the only guys that could kind of come close to what the East Coast was doing, like 97, 98, was probably had to be No Limit. What they were
oh
doing
yeah,
that
yeah,
song. So that was like the
yeah.
only people that came close. But the West, let's just say late 97, 9 through 98 wasn't the
It was
best
tough.
year. Best year
Snoop
for the
held his
West
own.
Coast. Yeah, yeah. Snoop held his own, but
Yeah,
he was with No Limit. So
that's true. That's true.
yeah. So
Cube had those the War and Peace, the War album. He
yeah,
did good on that one. So,
yeah.
but yeah, but they weren't as massive as they were. Warren G's, I think the Take a Look Over My Shoulder went platinum, but
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it just wasn't
it's
like
good. Yeah, it
multi
wasn't.
platinum
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
other one.
So
Yeah, that album when it came out, man, I was like one of the guys at the warehouse, like first trying to get it, man.
yeah.
So
Oh, the warehouse. I remember that store. All right. So those are the memories we have of this album. Yeah, me personally, I didn't run out and get it. I mean, I just pretty much I just heard all the singles and just watched the videos and
yeah,
just took it from there. I mean, Mase wasn't, if I'm being perfectly honest, he wasn't my favorite rapper, but definitely do respect him and all his work. All right.
I'll credit Mace to giving me some high school swagger.
Yeah, I was only in middle school at the time when he dropped. So
No,
yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, being a LAUSD kid, I had wearing uniforms to school, so it's not
oh
like I had
man.
much of a choice.
Oh,
All right.
fun, one more funny memory. I was
Okay.
I was like one of the first times I ever got a ticket, like in '98, and
Yeah.
so I had to go to the driver's course so that you can get the mark off your record, right?
Oh,
The
traffic
ticket,
school. Oh, sure.
traffic school, and I rolled up with a light blue North Carolina hat
Mm.
backwards over my
Oh.
eyebrows and like a plaid shirt, and the
Yeah.
girl was like, "You look like Mace." I was like, "Bam, thank you."
That's the look you're going for.
Yeah, so I nailed it.
All right. So, album artwork. What'd you think of the album cover? I
It
mean, you
was
have it
all
right in front
right.
of you. You thought it was all
Yeah,
right? Mm,
it was. These artwork covers, they're cool. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's better
yeah,
than some of the other ones that we've reviewed on the show. So, I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I like how he has like the Harlem World tattoo showing, and then
yeah.
his flashy stuff. Otherwise, not nothing like impressive about it. Like
The
super impressive.
turquoise, the turquoise blue is cool. The color scheme is done really well. Like
Mm.
I didn't know how I felt about like all the blurring on the edges and then
Yeah, that's the only thing.
the, sh-
Yeah, the blurring.
the sharpness on his face and like
Yeah, it looks like a real. Yeah, it looks like a bad Photoshop job
it looks
gone
like it was
bad.
made
Yeah.
for the. It looked like it was made for the female audience. That's what it looked like it was made for.
Yeah, but I do like the how he's like posing like his Harlem World tattoo. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The insert's cool. They got like the different poses of him like posted up,
uh,
chilling on the text and everything like that.
yeah. All right. Anyway, so let's go to beats. What were your favorite beats? Just what production that you think that was great on this album?
Do you want to get money?
Oh
That
yeah.
first song with
Oh, oh
the first track that he opens up with, not the intro where Puff is
yeah,
talking.
yeah. No, not that. Yeah, yeah. With yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
They're
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah, that's
I say like
nice.
they post them up on the lyrics and stuff like that. So
That's pretty cool. And then I think for me, it's an honorable mention song, so it's not one of my favorite songs, but I guess I'm a sucker for funk beats. I do like the Love You So um beat, with that Gap Band sample. I thought that was a pretty good song. And
oh man, yeah, that's classic. Hollywood Swinging.
yeah, no, Love You So. Oh yeah, Hollywood. Yeah, that one. Yeah, Love You So with Billy Lawrence. Yeah, that song. I thought that was a really good beat. And then Feel So Good, I thought was also a good beat. And uh, any other beats that were like my favorites that really stood out to me? Probably track number 9 too with 8 Ball and MJG. I thought that was the Player Away. I thought that was a pretty good beat. So
Yeah, that track had to grow on me.
yeah, yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
yeah, 8 Ball and MJG. I know they really weren't played on the West Coast all that much. Low
no.
key, I didn't first hear of them until, if I'm being perfectly honest, the Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack. That was the first song I heard from
Hey, no, I'm with you because when I
them.
saw them on this album, I didn't know who they were really.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah.
So
Yeah. Just it was a really good song too. Hands in the Air. It's not on streaming services, unfortunately, but I mean, if you guys are big 8 Ball and 8 MJG fans, definitely check that song out. That was a pretty good song off the Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack. So Anyway, let's get into the singles. Let's start with let's see. Um let's go with What You Want featuring Total. What you got for this one? What were your likes, dislikes about it?
I got no dislikes. That was a banger, bro. Like the minute it opened up with this record scratching,
Yeah.
doom, 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 doom. I was like,
Yeah.
man. And then they had Total coming in and just doing like
Yeah.
the ad libs. I was like, man, that was a banger. And the thing is, the skit that they
Oh yeah.
played prior to that going up, where he's getting in trouble with the two girls, getting them mixed up. It's
Oh
like
yeah. That was funny.
that was just like a great connection. Like
Yeah.
that beat was fire, bro. I remember, like I
Mhm.
said, that was a banger in high school. So we in the parking lot, you could hear somebody's bass just bumping that really loud.
Yeah, people bumped it a lot. It was on MTV like every day during that time. But I know for me, it wasn't one of my favorite tracks, but I mean, I thought it was a good song. I mean, I know like a lot of people liked it. You know, you couldn't go wrong playing that song. But you know, definitely the phone conversation leading up to the song, I thought was pretty funny, and you know, Total I think definitely killed it in on the song and in the music video as well. So
Bro, I know the lyrics to that song aggressively too hard, bro. Like I just that would be like the one where I put the energy when I'm singing along with it too. Like it's crazy.
that's pretty cool. Let's go on to another single. We'll do "Looking at Me."
Ooh,
Uh,
Neptune track.
yeah, that was that
Early
that
Neptunes.
yeah, early Neptunes. Yeah, yeah. Song goes hard, you know. Just I
That's a great,
mean,
yeah. That's a
that,
well composed song.
yeah, I like the first part where he just goes in hard. Now, what the hell is you looking for? Can a young man get money anymore? Let my pants sag down
Check
to
down
the
to the
floor.
floor. Really
Really, it
doesn't matter
matter as long
as
as
long
I.
as I score.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought I love how he starts it out. Plus the beat was banging. You know, they're pretty cool. And then as for the music video, I do like how he's like on the road, and then you know just next thing, and then it like ends like on like some women dancing on the beach or something like that. I thought the music video was done very well.
Yeah.
Got any
Dude,
thoughts on this one?
something about those videos back then. They had like such a high gloss to them.
Yeah,
Like a
they
shiny
yeah
gloss to them. It was very colorful and vibrant too. It was
yeah it was very colorful, and yeah, you know, just definitely I do like how none of them were in black and white. I don't know if you've heard, but some episodes back, I told Netta this, and she always found this funny that I just can't stand black and white videos. Some are better than others, but for the most part, it's just like even like back then, it's just like what's with the black and white? Well, I don't know,
I
but
think I heard you guys talk about that on the Kill at Will EP,
yeah,
where
just oh
like
yeah,
dead
the
homies
dead
that
homies, yeah, just it was a nice video, but just the whole why did it have to be in black and white? I don't know, just
I guess set a. I look at those things as like to set a mood, like a gloomy mood, like it's sad, like black and white, it's depressing. So if you go full color on it, it's like you're not really
yeah,
attacking like what he was probably trying to do with that one.
yeah. No, for me, it's I think with black and white, it just maybe probably just reminds me of like old sitcoms. I watched a lot of Nick and Night growing up. It's just like,
Nice. Some I
it-
Love Lucy, Dick
yeah,
Van Dyke,
Mr. Ed. I don't know, but yeah,
Mister
yeah, I
the
had to throw that one
Talking
out.
Horse.
Yeah, I had to throw that one out there.
Oh
All right.
man.
Well,
But
let's
yeah,
let's
like the video, those videos were something back then, and
yeah.
I didn't even realize I was a Neptune beat until like well into like my late 20s. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah, yeah, Neptunes did a very good job on that one, you know. So yeah, big ups to them, and you know, Mace laid it out very well. All right, and probably the most popular song of his whole catalog,
Feels so
"Feels
good.
So Good."
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I was watching a video just last night actually before yeah last night before this recording, and then yeah, I didn't realize it was in downtown Vegas. I thought it was like in regular Vegas, but I don't know if you ever
Nah,
been to Vegas. It was yeah downtown Vegas,
the old school strip.
old town downtown Vegas. Yeah, because yeah, I'd gone there years later, but it was just like when I watched the video, I was like, oh, this is downtown Vegas. Like, Yeah, very well done. So definitely, I like I like how they went to Vegas to do that video, and then Chris Tucker was in that video too, right? Yeah, because it was on the this song was on the Money Talks soundtrack, if I'm not mistaken. If you remember that
Was
movie,
it?
I, I could I could
Are you
double
sure it
check.
was on
I
that's the same one with Lil Kim had the Not Tonight song?
Yeah, no, that's nothing to lose.
That's nothing to lose. That's right. That's
That's
right.
nothing to lose. There were two similar movies. Yeah, Money Talks was with I mean, I could be wrong, but let's see.
I didn't know it was on that soundtrack, and if it did, I'm not surprised
Yeah,
because they used it on the commercial when they would play.
Well, well, I'm reading the wiki now. Yeah, Chris Tucker was in the video, and that was in the movie. So yeah, I think it was. I could double check real quick, but yeah, just yes, but yeah, Chris Tucker was in the movie. So I mean, I was in the music video. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was. Or yeah, I feel so. Yeah, it was on the soundtrack. So it was track
Oh, okay.
11. So but yeah, I was. Yeah, when I watched the video, like, cause usually, like, when you watch a video to a movie, to a song that was on a movie soundtrack, you'll see scenes from the movie, but I didn't see any scenes from the movie, so it must have
No,
been
I
that.
don't remember seeing scenes in the movies on that one either. Yeah,
So,
you're right.
but yeah, it was on the Money Talks soundtrack.
Good to know. I didn't know
Um,
that. I forgot about that movie.
yeah, good
That's
movie.
what Charlie Sheen is in that movie with
Yeah,
him, right?
Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen and Chris Tucker, good movie.
Yeah.
I thought Nothing to Lose with Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins was a little funnier in my opinion, but
That's the the one I
yeah,
couldn't mistake.
they were like they came out like around the same time. They were two very similar movies, so
Okay.
yeah, I thought Nothing to Lose was a little better, and I thought the soundtrack was a little better too. But yes, good song. I mean, I do like the Hollywood sample that that was used for the song, and then so I think they did a very good job with it, and I thought Puffy I did think looked like a fool in the video with that whole like disco pose or whatever the hell he was doing. I thought that was whack. Like
I guess it worked at the time. He
it
even had
worked
the
at the time,
locks.
but it's just like if you watch that now, it's just like what the hell is he doing?
Well, they all got ridiculed for that later. I mean,
Yeah.
what did Tony Yayo say? The locks made more money in those damn shiny suits, and that's
Yeah.
the first time you saw them in those shiny suits. Like it makes his video of
Yeah.
"Feel So Good."
Yeah. So I mean, so it was a good song though. And then in terms of like just all the dances and all that stuff too. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then lyric wise, what did I like lyrically about it?
Oh, it was a
So,
great introduction to his solo
You
career.
ready, Mase? Party people in the place to be. It's about that time for us to,
Did
yeah,
it? What you know about going out head west? Like, man, that
yeah.
was
Red Lex TV's all set up. Headrest, try it, live it up. Ride through a bigger truck, peeps off, littered up. Yeah, I
dude.
thought that first verse went hard.
That flow is incredible, but it was just a great introduction to
Mm,
like this is Mace and this is his platform. This is what he is. Like
yeah,
flashy, braggadocious, like
yeah.
clean. He was, and this kid was like 19, bro, like 19,
Yeah,
20 years old.
he was a young cat. He was not very old. When I did my research on Mason, just how old he was, I was just like, what the hell? He was only like 19, 20 when he did all that.
Yeah, he was a kid, dude. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, he was just incredible at the time. I wish he would have had more longevity. I think he could have if he didn't get into like
yeah,
that situation that scared him out of the music industry. But
yeah, yeah.
it is what
I
it
think
is.
yeah. I mean, what happened happened. I mean, I'm happy for him now. I'm glad that he's
100%.
that he's doing well, and guy has his publishing and masters. So definitely.
What's the name of the sports talk show he does with Cam? Because he reunited with Cam because him and Cam had beef for so long. They
Oh,
do a sports podcast
oh
together
yeah.
now. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Let me see. It is uh Mason Cameron podcast. It is what is the name of it? Uh I think it is what it is. I think that's what it's called.
Is that what it's called? Okay,
Yeah,
and they got the females
ye-
in there with her too. She's like in the middle, and they're on the
yeah,
left and right.
yeah. It's yeah. I've seen a few episodes of that. They have really good chemistry when they do their
Yeah,
podcast
they do.
together. You know.
Yeah, they do. And that was like a good friendship that I felt was
Mm.
they played basketball, high school basketball
Yeah,
together.
they
They
grew up
went to school
together.
together.
Yeah, just
Yeah, they were in the Children of the Corn together.
yeah.
And then when he what makes all these relationships go sour?
Mm.
Money started
Yeah.
like getting into the play with Cameron's horse and carriage video, and Mase wanted to tax him, but told him get the studio to pay for it, and he's like, you should just show up. You're my boy. And then he leaves, and they beef. They do the disses, the Oracle, all that stuff, and then now it's great to see them back at it again.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I feel if they were still cool, they probably would have had some hits together back in the
Oh
'90s.
my gosh, bro!
They're probably,
Horse
they're
and
pro-
Carriage was a
yeah,
banger, bro. Like I
yeah,
wish I would have heard them more together.
definitely. And then as for Cameron, we did him episode.
Did you do Come
Uh,
Home with Me or Purple
we
Haze?
did the Purple Haze.
Oh, we got to
Or,
do Come Home with Me.
yeah. So yeah, we did that episode 28. For those of you guys watching or listening, I want to go back and watch that episode. All right, so the moment of truth, my favorite part of the show, our three favorite tracks. All right, what are your? It was probably hard for you since it was one of your
It is.
favorites.
It is hard for me, but obviously I'm gonna go with that. Do you want to get money?
All right, do you want to
You
get
know
money? All right.
that beat is just so uplifting, up tempo, energetic, get you
Mm-hmm.
pumped. Like it was like one of those jams you played when you were about to go out with your friends.
Yeah.
That'd be playing in the background, like pre-party, so to speak. It'd be the same cats that wouldn't listen to my demo. Now they want that in the limo because now I'm a sex symbol. Intercontinental, LA
Mm.
airplay, just like Jay Leno. Oh my gosh, it was banging.
Yeah, that's
And
good,
then
man. What about the other two?
the other two, I'm definitely gonna go with 24 Hours to Live. That one is wow.
24 hours to live.
The amount of artists they have on that
Yeah.
song, and they still held it within 4 minutes. So, and it has a hook.
Yeah,
Like
and it has a hook.
it's
Yeah. I was looking at the timing too. It's just like, damn, all these guys, they were spitting. And then what's your last one?
oh man, this one is a tough one. So I'm thinking, God, do you really want to hurt Mace? Because
Oh yeah, that was an interesting song. Yeah,
the guitar riff was pretty tight. Like
yeah.
it
It
grew on
was
me, but it's like one of my favorite tracks now.
all right for me. I mean, maybe if I were to listen to this album a million more times, maybe it'd be different. But for what I've heard, the several times, for several listens I gave it, I had to go all singles here with my favorites. I mean, it's a good album. Don't get me wrong, but feels so good. Looking at me, I think those two were the top of the crop when it came to singles. The last one I am going to go with though is 24 Hours to Live. That very good song with the loaded features, especially DMX, where he just kills it. So
Mm.
I mean,
You know,
so
what's interesting about those days was,
mm,
and I think I remember I would always think of it, and Too Short confirmed it on
yeah,
one of the little videos I saw. The guy who went last,
mm,
that was like the one who had to come 100, like
oh
to
yeah, oh
close
oh,
out the song.
mm,
They had to shut down, they had to close it out and shut down everybody else's
verse, yeah,
verses. And that was the guy. And I remember that when we listen to songs, that would be like who you want to hear, like who closes it out. Nowadays, it's like they want to be the first guy on and then be done, you know. So,
yeah.
that was
It was. Yeah. I could definitely see that. There was a pride to being the last one on. I mean, there was pressure on you, and yeah, you did have to bring it. So
you had to bring it full circle.
yeah, so
Yeah, DMX closed that one out. Like
yeah,
that's
he closed it.
his bar on that on is like
Yeah,
my favorite.
and then honorable mention, take what's yours. I mean, I know DMX doesn't lay any like verses, but he goes hard on the chorus too, especially with that bar like yeah, that was awesome. And then the
I'm gonna
player
put that
way. What's
I'm gonna
up?
put that over Wanna Hurt Me. I forgot about that song.
Oh, do you take
My
take what's yours?
Take What's Yours. Doom, da, doom,
Oh,
doom, sh, doom, doom, doom,
so
doom, da, doom, doom. I
yeah,
love that song.
and I made you change your mind. And then the Player Away, Love You So, Jealous Guy, and then I also got to shout out all the interludes. I thought I'm not really much for interludes on the on albums, but there's just something about the interludes on this album that's just you
I
just can't
miss.
ignore them, especially like Watch Your Back Before Wanna Hurt Mace. I'm like, don't stop calling my girl, man. Stop calling my girl. I'm not afraid to go to jail. I want to go back to jail. And then the phone
That's my
conversation,
favorite one. That's
and
my
then the
favorite one.
phone conversation that they did. I mean, obviously we saw it on the "What You Want" video, but yeah, the phone conversation. It's just yeah,
Who the heck is Arion? What happened
yeah.
to your mother?
Yeah, I gotta shout all those out too. So yeah, all the interludes. I mean, I hardly ever say that about albums, but all the interludes on this album were fantastic. I gotta.
Rem- Remind me, I gotta send you a skit. Somebody did like a whole reenactment of the guy saying, "Don't be giving my girl your number no more."
Yeah.
It's a guy. He does like a lot of hip hop homage on his
Yeah.
account with his family. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
And he does that skit. He goes, "Man, can we bring interludes and skits back to hip hop albums?" And he acts it out so perfect. I got to send that to you.
All right, for sure, definitely. Well, I mean, I think you can bring it back if they're done properly. I mean,
Of course.
because we've heard some that are pretty bad, like the doctor's office off the chronic. That was a bad one. That was. I mean, that's just one I can think of at the top of my head that just wasn't very good. But
Dude, I forgot about that. I was like, why?
yeah, like that
Not
was
even his.
bad.
It's not even his voice.
It has nothing to do with the album. Like you could have, I don't know, but yeah, if we can revisit that later on. But anyway, let's get into your favorites. So which one do you want to start with? So we already did well, we hadn't done 24 hours to live. We could do last. So which one do you want to start with? You want one? No, not one. I heard Mace. The what was? Oh, do you want to get money? You want to start with that one? It's up to you.
Oh no, I can never talk enough about that song, man. That's. I think I've already kind of spilled a lot about it, but what more
Mm.
are we like wanting to hear about it? Just like you want me to go more in depth about it?
Well, I mean, anything else you want to just say about it, or why it was your favorite, or anything, or
Oh, the hook. I don't know who sings the hook. The girl who
mm,
sang the hook, it was incredible. Like all this money that we can make. Why y'all cats want to play? You hate? Do you
mm,
want to get? I mean, it's just so well composed. Like I got to figure out the sample on that one, but it
mm,
was. I mean, it was a great back in those days. Like the first song
mm.
to grab your attention. He did an outstanding job with this one.
All right, and then cool, and then anything about take what's yours. I mean, I really just like the DMX on the hook really for that one. But I mean, anything you want to add about that one?
Oh no, I thought their two chemistry,
Mm.
the chemistry of those two, I wish they would have done more,
Yeah,
because Mace was on DMX's first album,
yeah, he was. Yeah, I
the
would.
what they call Ninjas Done Starred or something like, and
Yeah,
Mace went off like Murder Mace went off on that song, and that was like I wish I would have heard those two more.
yeah. I wish the only thing that didn't do it for me with that song, I really thought DMX should have dropped some vocals, so either on the
Oh, that would
second
have
or
been
third.
tight.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but it's all good. And then, yeah, 24 Hours to Live, very good song. Probably my favorite off the whole album. It's just, love the video. And then, the beginning where it's like, what would you do if you had 24 hours to live? And, just kind of was just cool, how they, escaped that bus and,
I
you
think
know,
all
yeah,
of their perspective,
yeah,
they're all something different, whether it be hostile, emotional, or just like empathetic, charitable, just violent. Like every single one of those cats, the three, four, five, six guys that rap on it all
yeah.
offer a different perspective, and it's nothing's
Yeah,
repetitive.
the Locks, Black Rob, DMX, mate. Yeah, yeah. There's just I know it wasn't because I know it wasn't. It was like a promotional single, so I know it wasn't like oh you couldn't find it like a lot everywhere. So
I think it
maybe
was I think it was on the B side of Looking at Me.
yeah. So yeah, but it did have a video, so it was pretty good. But yeah,
You
that
gotta go
last
watch that video, man.
yeah I've
They're
seen
all being imported to like prison, and they break out of the
yeah
bus.
It was pretty
and they're
good.
like through the
Yeah.
swamps running and stuff. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, great video. And, just, like I said, DMX kills it at the end. That had to be my favorite verse.
24 left until my death. I don't waste a lot of lives, but I cherish every breath. I know exactly where I'm going, but I'm gonna send you there first.
Yeah.
Woo.
That was a sneak preview of what you got before his debut. And
Yeah, Dark and Hell is Hot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah, he did. Yeah, DMX was on a lot of Bad Boy projects, huh? He was on Money, Power, Respect. That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
so yeah, just a little bit of a preview. It's a good thing he did not sign with them. I will say
Yes, I was gonna say, I was gonna bring that up. He
that.
tried to get signed by Bad Boy, and Puff said he was not marketable.
Yeah, he proved him wrong.
Oh, big time. He said he didn't have any appeal to ladies, so that's what. He's like, all right.
I don't. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, yeah. Puff missed on that one. All right, so album cuts, expansions in terms of extra tracks. I mean, we know it's been reissued, repressed if you have it on vinyl, but in terms of like any extra tracks, not really. I know if you do have the edited version, I think there was like one less track on the edited version. I think, but I could
What
be
track
wrong.
did they omit?
That I would have to look. I think it may have been one of the skits. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I'd have to look on Spotify. But and then but I mean, we're all adults. I mean, I'm not trying to listen to the censored version. And then recommendations. So I put in 3 that were good. I mean, obviously Mace's catalog. If you like Mace, definitely check him out. And definitely some of his earlier stuff too. But in terms of recommendations, I just try to go with albums around this time.
Yeah,
Puff Daddy and the Family.
you're gonna.
No Way Out.
That one is such a perfect example or recommendation because
Mm,
not only are you going to get Mace a lot on that album, but you're going to hear a lot of Mace's pen work
yeah,
because
yeah,
he wrote pretty much anything Puff rapped on
yeah,
that thing. That's his
yeah,
pen work.
yeah. Puffy definitely did have some ghostwriters, so I know he was one of them. So DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I know we just mentioned that. Episode number 8 is when we reviewed that one, so it was a long time ago. So definitely check that one out. And then the Locks is Money, Power, and Respect. So those were 3 recommendations. Another one I'd probably recommend is the Notorious B.I.G.'s Life After Death. If you want to go a little deeper into Bad Boy, what they were doing that year. Like I said, 97 was a big year for Bad Boy and the East Coast in general. So
So
definitely check them out.
we're talking about the recommendations of like albums around that time that
Yeah,
circulated around that. Oh,
yeah.
you got to go with Jay-Z's Volume 1, Life and Time, Sean Carter.
Okay, definitely. Also that one. I just do 3 that I think, but yeah, definitely feel free to throw any
See,
out there.
the reason why I say the Jay-Z one because that was he tried to copy the formula of Bad Boy at that time.
Mhm.
So he's just coming off a Reasonable Doubt, which is like little underground beats and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
he went more commercial with trying to sound like It Was Written, like
Mhm.
Nas. It was a combination of It Was Written and Mace's Harlem World. And the beats on that are just took him to the
Yeah.
the jiggy platform. And after that, it was a formula that worked. He got a little bit more aggressive on 2. I mean, but he still had that formula, like with the one with JD, Money in a Thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Volume 3, Throw Your Hands Up,
Mhm.
Fellas, Busters, like all that stuff. Like he just kept the jiggy club formula that he adopted from Bad Boy.
Okay, for sure. All right. So yeah, those are our recommendations, and just feel free if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments. If we missed anything, definitely feel free to correct us. The comments are always great to go about. All right. So any final thoughts on this album? Tracks you didn't like? Just
I
anything
get
you're taking back to your
that.
playlist or that you listen to every day or in
I
your
mean,
rotation?
I guess the track I could care for less, but and I it's probably the reasons why I probably don't like when I first heard it is Jealous Guys. I know they were doing the New Edition.
Oh,
They were copying New Edition because New Edition had that song Jealous Girls.
oh yeah.
But
I
He
thought it was
flipped it.
funny. I thought it was funny. I thought it was
It was, but it was one of those like it was kind of corny when they were like trying to sing like them. They
Yeah,
they were obviously poking fun, but that was the track that got him in trouble
yeah,
because the dude he's talking about on there was
mm,
a real one on the streets, and he tried to see him and threaten him,
yeah.
and taking into consideration all the other stuff that's going on with him, he's just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
moved to Atlanta.
yeah, so no, for me, definitely 24 Hours to Live, I'll definitely put into my rotation. And then, like, a lot of the singles I've already
Heavy.
heard. So, but, and then another song I'd probably put in there too would be Take What's Yours, because, I hadn't heard that one too much. But in terms of songs I didn't really care for that much, I Need to Be, I didn't really care for that one that much. Otherwise, it was a fire album, great features,
Which one
very,
did you say?
uh,
I need. To,
I Need to Be with Monifa, track
oh,
17.
is that the one where like I followed her to school? She's not 19.
Yeah, that
Is
one.
that that one?
Yeah, I think it's that one. I didn't care for it that much.
They try to set him up with a minor.
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay, okay, I got you. Well, the girl was lying. She
Yeah,
was
the
lying.
girl was
That's
lying,
yeah,
but
the girl was lying.
yeah,
Yeah, and so
yeah,
he
it
had to
was.
make sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a song after 24 Hours to Live. That one. So
that's. I remember that one. I
yeah,
remember that
it
one.
was. I didn't care for that one too much. It didn't really stick out to me or anything. But all right. So anyway, well, what did you guys think of our dissection of Mace's Harlem World? Let us know, what your favorite tracks, if we missed anything you want to add to the conversation. That's what the comments are there for. For Gabriel, aka Ruthless267, I'm Justin, Too Tall for You Fool. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next one. Later.